is half broke. I was like, I didn't break this. What's up, everybody? It's your girl, Erica Williams from the Classy Climb vlog. I decided to have one of our speakers drop in before he runs off into these streets. Money Madu, say hello to everybody.
Hello, hello.
So, you know, today's topic is, you guys see Elon. Elon's got us out here looking unique. Right now, I put this up here about banks closing. So there are more banks closing. And what I want you to understand is, that's why I keep talking about focus on smaller banks, local banks, credit unions. Have you had more success with local banks or big banks?
Honestly, I've had more success with big banks, but I want to build more relationships with smaller credit unions and stuff like that, because I heard that, you know, they can be a little bit more lenient.
A little bit more flexible.
So far, it's been bigger banks for me.
All right, for sure, for sure. And if you guys haven't seen Money Madu's latest video, him showing you the Airbnb, I'm gonna come crash that mug and throw a hot tub in the back later in October. But he's on the tour with us. He'll be in so far Washington D.C. and Atlanta, and you guys cross fingers crossed, he'll be in Houston, Texas, because that is his home. So you guys are coming in here already flooding this thing with comments. I appreciate every single one of you. Yes, we are here in Atlanta. If you can see, we're in the radio room, podcasting room. Listen, Elon is building an amazing factory in Austin, Texas. And I think a lot of people don't realize that, like, he's coming to Texas to make a big imprint, right? Big impact. And I'm getting a Tesla. You know, they act like they ain't gonna ship it to November, but I'm like, what's up with that, right? Like, is that the rules? We gotta take that long to put it together. And so what I want you to understand is, a lot of you argue with me about, oh, everybody can't be a boss. One of our nice friends of the channel, Brandon, was like, everybody can't be no boss. Everybody can't be an influencer. And it's true, you can't, right? But there's levels to this where you need a higher level skill that you don't have to worry about Tesla and robots coming to take your job, right? If you're a plumber, a welder, if you're a engineer, electrician, listen, you need an electrician, what, 7 times?
20 times.
Listen, the copper bandits was wearing him out over there. Was it copper or electric? It was both. Okay? So, you know, what people have to understand is, like, even in Detroit, you make fun about Detroit and rebuilding in Detroit, a lot of the men there have crazy level skill. They come down to Texas and work. So when I'm in Austin, I meet men from Detroit all the time who are there for construction, because that's what they feel to do. So I see you guys going back and forth talking about UBI. And again, even if they give us UBI, I'm gonna tell you, as a military kid from a military town, whenever they moved to BIH, which is the military additional assistance, they would increase all the rents in town. So the rent used to be $550 in our town. They said, well, it's hard for the military, so they gave them $750. Guess what they did? Now all the rent was $750 in town. Oh, it's really hard for military to own a house. They gave them BH of $1,200. Every house renting near the really good schools was going for $1,200. So if you think UBI is going to come in and give y'all some money, okay, you might as well get to figure out how to work these Tesla robots, because that's what's going to happen. There's 158 people here. Definitely hit the like channel. I know a lot of people are unique to the channel. We had over 100,000 unique visitors this month. We did have a video go viral. So if you're new here, hey, welcome to the channel. Drop a 1 in the comments for us. What's something you've learned as you grew in your business? Because, you know, you were an engineer. You were in the 9 to 5. You were in the matrix.
Right.
And so now you had this supplement company that produces something for people. What do you think you've learned the most out of this?
I would say the importance of having influencers kind of like backing you up. Because it's one thing to kind of have like really good quality products or just quality service or whatever the case is, but if it's not in front of your target audience, it's almost for nothing. So like being able to have like influencers or people who are kind of like well respected in the industry, kind of like talk about your products or your services, have been instrumental. And obviously you want to kind of like funnel that into the ad game, but customer service is extremely big. A lot of people don't like to deal with customer service, but customer service is really a really big thing. And I think a lot of people, they kind of confuse bad customer service with scamming.
Yeah.
That is just bad, and I wish they would kind of like understand the difference with that. But I personally pride myself on great customer service. So anytime someone does compliment me on that, I really take that to heart.
Hey, throw your head in real quick, you guys. The guys that helped me the video go viral, he's behind me. He's got the goatee this week. He switched it up on us. No beard. Camera's over here. Okay. This is, you guys, DJ the Money Coach. He's also on tour with us for the Classy Climb tour. You know, he's relaxed today, so we let him chill off the camera. You know. So, but yeah, basically this video I was talking about how more banks are closing those accounts because they're just going off algorithm, and that's why a lot of people need to focus on smaller banks. And Elon building those robots. So I know everybody says, hey, business isn't for me, but you need to figure out a way that you can skill yourself up. So introduce yourself to them.
Hey everybody, it's DJ Money Coach. Happy to be here. This amazing venue with Erica Williams and the Classy Climb tour. And to answer one of you guys' questions from the actual viral video about that 1-800 number.
I know. They're going crazy.
It's really easy for you to find. Matter of fact, there's another report that came out 3 days ago about all the major banks are freezing major accounts. So why don't you do your research? Chase, Wells Fargo, US Bank. This is a recent announcement that came out literally today is Friday. This came out on Tuesday. So if you just think I'm making up stuff, why don't you do your research? Okay? Because again, I got 20 years in this game. And if you don't realize from going from a 525 credit score, having $60,000 worth of debt, that I was able to overcome, didn't file bankruptcy. I own my own financial planning practice that managed over $40 million worth of assets as well. And that's not a brag, but I also have sustained this for 20 years. So here's the trick. These things that we watch on these YouTube and IG and all that stuff, a lot of that stuff will not be around because mostly people don't have business systems. And we're going to talk about that in this detail. So I'm in my 5th decade on this planet. I'm still standing. Still debt-free. I still got a 7-figure net worth, 6-figure passive income through business, real estate, and leveraging the tax laws through the 7 spheres of money, and having great relationships and partners with these amazing people right here. And one of the most important things is that you should study. And before you open your mouth, know what you're talking about. And if you don't know what you're talking about, like Henry Ford said, I can push a button and I can get every expert on the planet to actually help me execute the things I want to do. So that's all I got for you.
And just as he segues out, because he's like, mic drop. I own real estate in multiple states, North Carolina, Texas, and Detroit. He owns an investment property in Houston, more than one. Memphis, Ohio, Michigan, and then you own properties in.
Yeah, we got properties, 240 properties in Detroit. We own cash outright since 2005. I'm gonna say that again. We have 240 properties we own cash outright since 2005. We also own properties in Illinois, St. Louis, Texas, and we actually are endeavoring into Florida right now. And we put syndicates together. And I'll just give you another tip. You ever heard of this little small organization called the NBA Summer League? Was actually just there for the top 1% wealth program, what's called Victory Today, where we were in a room that took me 14 years to get to actually sit down with room that probably was worth about $10 billion. And again, that's not a brag, but it's just the work that we've been putting in, and you can verify this stuff. Look up, the Victory Everyday program with Mr. Rick Polson, the #1 nationwide agent in the country that writes $1 billion in premium every year. He exclusively does events with the NBA, the MLB, and the NFL. So, man, couldn't be more excited.
And this is why I brought who I brought for the tour, because people are like, what do they do? I'm like, honey, they are experts in what they do. And again, how many times are you going to have access to people in the room that are going to have probably, if you put it all together, all the people in the room, probably access to over 500 to maybe 600 units of real estate on top of like making businesses. 6 months, you guys. He was talking about doing these pills, and I was like, man, he come over here with these bottles. I don't have one to hold up, but I was like, man, what is this? And I went and bought it. Before I know it, he's out there jet setting in Miami, okay? So these two men go on vacation more than me. But when I'm going to Croatia, don't y'all say nothing. I'm going to be out. But also, I'd like to thank our sponsor. We'd like to thank our sponsor for our vacation.
That's right.
Wait, let me show you right here.
That's right.
This is a Black-owned company, okay?
Right here in the ATL.
It is very smooth. ATL. Oops, let me get it right.
Right here in the ATL.
Y'all see it's hard. We're in this room at the angle.
DJ the Money Coach bringing it right to you in the ATL. let me say this too. You know what? A lot of times we don't talk about our failures. Okay, so 2 decades in the game, 12 companies, 8 crashed. I'm gonna say that again, 8 absolute abject failures. And from them failures, we were able to learn, experience, and become experts by finding people to put on our team that actually have 10, 15, 20 years experience of expertise in their specialized field to actually come and create success that is sustainable. And I think that's one of the things that we fail to talk about, because a lot of people on these platforms are afraid to talk about the failures. Yeah. Without those failures, you can't have true long-term success of building a foundation. You know, at the end of the day, that's what it's really about. And that's where you derive that pom-pom lifestyle, that plenty of money, peace of mind, because you have strategically aligned yourself with people who have the same principles, the same mindset, and they know this is not a, 100-meter dash. It's a marathon at the end of the day, if that makes sense. And I'm going to turn it back over to the pros. I'm just a small little guppy in the guppy.
They both out here about to go get lobsters and steaks from dinner. I'm just sitting here, some old lady just trying to do a video. But for real, y'all, like when I do these videos and I put these videos together, I really try to find the best of the best. I think we have over 100 interviews on the channel. And if you're at the conference, you'll know. I'll tell you tomorrow about how the personal relationships, how I've just had old videos that continue to sell, make sales for people, affiliate marketing, building relationships. That's the new economy. I literally got to talk to somebody the other day. That's why I came a day early. And he was like, hey, I'll help you cash on a property. And then when you're done, you're going to cash out refi and pay me back at this percent interest. And he literally walked me through step by step everything I was going to do. And you don't have that opportunity if you, one, don't have a track record, and two, aren't putting out there that you're looking for help and you're willing to learn. Like, I don't know everything, and I've always made that very clear. I don't know everything. And but I do know with these banks, they are switching it up. Like, I posted inside of our Facebook group, our private Facebook groups, where I had 10 messages in a row this past 2 weeks when they finished my taxes. We're like, hey, looking for a $250,000 loan? This percent interest? I'm like, oh my God. But you got to realize your taxes and all this stuff you guys are putting out there are public record. This information is public. Like, when we bring people on, oh, where the link at? Where the link at? I'm like, you got to go Google some of this stuff because it's out there, or you can go pay for a call from any of these people. This week, somebody was like, hey, can Money Madu help me set up this syndication? I'm like, here's his link. I can't just slide you his phone number. He ain't chilling like that. I can't even just call him when I pop on these. He's like, what you want? I'm like, I'm over here. Just come to visit. So again, y'all, I just want you to understand that Andrew Yang did try to tell us this. Yeah. Andrew Yang, and so here's the thing. Even if you're, so rude, even if you're an employee, you need to have hard assets. And I saw a lot of comments under the past video about banking. Oh, is this about gold? Is this about gold? And I'm like, chill out, y'all. Like, I'm not going to go crypto crazy on y'all on this channel. I'm not going to go gold crazy or silver crazy. Hard assets are things, in my opinion, you can touch, see, feel, land, liquor. I can make it and sell it. You know, liquor's always going to have some value.
I got a VIP nugget for him.
Go ahead.
Can I get my VIP nugget? So pick this up. Substitution of collateral. Man, that's one of the best things you can do with hard assets. If you don't know what substitution of collateral is,
I'm going to give you a story. Just as you're saying that, I'm going to give you a story.
Look it up.
So to give you an example of what he's saying, but you do need to Google it, I ended up talking to a lady who's in Arizona. Thank you. If she's watching the channel today, I'm just using an example. I'm not going to say her name. She had she basically gave somebody private money. They didn't pay it back in time. It was $10K. They gave her a whole house in Chicago in exchange because they did not have any cash. So she was talking to me like, Erica, how do I get control of this and this? And I'm like, you just fly your phone into Chicago. You are the new deed holder. You have the deed. You have everything. You own this property, right? Free and clear. So, the guy had a house for $40 that he fixed up clean, put a tenant in it. But because he didn't have cash flow, he couldn't get it from anywhere else. He had to give, in exchange of his debt of $10K, a whole house. And you will see, listen, he had a ton of them. He had to give out 3 of them to other people. So I'm telling you, this is going to happen on a big level. When I brought on Carolina's Own the other day about structuring your business right, so that you don't get shut down by the bank or Stripe, PayPal. Him 500's even talked about it, where he's going to shut down on every processor. They are not playing with y'all. It's an algorithm. It's an algorithm, and it's buttons, and it's not even people. That's why I'm so pro going to smaller banks, because you're going to get to see a person. In Austin, I went to Lakeway. You know where that is, right? And I go to the bank, and the guy says, who told you to come over here? Who sent you over here? A contractor? Who sent you over here? I'm like, and I was talking to the actual president of the bank. He said, well, how much do you need? And I'm sitting here like, well, I really need 150. Can they get me to 150? And he was just like, well, who do you work with here in this city? in Austin. Show me somebody, who's your track record? Show me your portfolio. Show me who you've worked with. People, listen, you go in a smaller bank, there's people who have the pen power to sign stuff. You go to Chase, Wells Fargo, all this stuff. If you notice, USAA don't even have people inside the building. In Fort Bragg, Fayetteville, Fort Bragg, the second largest bank in the whole United States. They literally have your choice where you can go up to the ATM and push buttons. That's not a person. That's an algorithm. So you guys really have to, like, you gotta, that's a Tesla bot in the back working. That took your job. And a lot of women, you know, listen, I get it. The whole winter is coming. We've been making fun of that color, but it's coming for anybody who doesn't have high level skills. You making under 75,000 and you don't have a plan or any assets or a house you own. I know a young man right now in Round Rock. He owns his house. He lost his job. He literally rented out the other rooms in the house. It happens, right? But he's in a position where he had a choice. Some people don't have a choice. So I'm just trying to get you guys the information in advance. And again, that video, I think that video is going to go to 100,000, and they're still going to be on there like, where the number at? Where the number? Who this man? And, you know, and I'm like, come on, y'all. Just, again, we got over 2,000 videos. We're always solution driven. And for Money Madu, who's in fitness, and I'm wearing a fitness person shirt right now, but he's also wearing Phoenix, if you see there. I'm just touching his chest. I apologize. No Como, don't sue me. Kumo or whatever his name is in New York. But that's, you gotta realize people just all of a sudden was like, oh, I need to take Pound Series. I need to take some vitamins. I need to take some supplements. But again, you have to actually change from head to toe. It's not just like, hey, we're gonna take a bunch of supplements and eat fried catfish every 3 weeks. You know what I mean? It has to have some balance to it. So when you watch this video and you watch this channel, take what we say with breadcrumbs, yes. You know, go watch other videos. We have over 2,000 videos on this channel. So I'm not just somebody who popped up overnight at all. But definitely, you gotta share anything. They are killing me with these UBI. Y'all are so serious about this UBI in the comments. UBI, listen, that stimulus check, I wish they would start UBI. We all know the dollar is dead. Just give us free inflated base currency. So if you want to see UBI, I'm gonna tell y'all this for real. As a person who's traveled, go to France. It's a lot of folks. Like if you're in the main Paris, it's like busy. But if you go in other parts, it's like a lot of lounging around. And it's like, what's going on? Well, everybody's a lot of lounging out here. And my friend was explaining to me, they have UBI here, but people are dissatisfied, right? Because it's somebody give you a check for doing nothing. What motivation do you have? Yeah. So again, if you want to go see it in action, go to France. That's a real version of it. If you want to see how it don't work, go to Spain. Because Spain had $200 rent apartments, and guess what Americans did? Go over there. And British people too. British people flooded. They're like, oh, Spain got $200 rent. Flooded it. So now you're there in Spain, and your money is what? It's worth nothing. It's worth nothing.
Someone said something earlier about Elon selling his hype.
He's selling hype. Listen, Elon gonna sell hype for the next 25 years. I'm buying a Tesla. I'm in Austin, and I be driving around like, I want that, right? Tesla. As soon as I get my house, probably gonna get a house all the way in Georgetown. I hate that, but I'm literally gonna put the solar panel stuff on it. I'm doing it all. Okay. As soon as I get my Airbnb downtown Austin, before y'all get crazy with the prices, I'm gonna cut up.
That's in infrastructure, the EV infrastructure. If you
Lord, y'all in here.
You'll wait on those EV infrastructure stocks.
Yep.
And battery. Man, you are missing the boat.
Hello.
I'm talking about second, third generation wealth that, Netflix, Amazon, Apple. These are those right now. And people are talking about how those actual stocks actually took a hit, but they're going to reset. But then in 5-7 years, they're going to do a hockey stick. Long term. You know what I'm saying? And you're going to be getting 10, 20x returns like you've never seen before, because that's the new wave, the 3.0 of the internet. A lot of people don't realize we're at 3.0 web.
What you gonna go eat?
If I'm wrong, hey, do your research. But again, I've been here 5 decades. I might not know anything, and
Tim Jackson, I need you to yell in the back. Get out of debt.
Hey, that was a life changer, wasn't that? When I got that 60 G's off my shoulder, it was like taking an anvil off of my shoulder, and I was able to move. Oh, I ain't look back. Man, me about
He said, I didn't expect Elon to be the starter Terminator. My money was on Bezos. I agree. Listen, a lot of reverse repos. There's going to be a lot. See, listen, I'll put it this way. The repo game is even, they've been on hold, right? Congress just gave them a bunch more money. I'm like, if you pay attention, there's cars with little cameras on the back. You ever seen those? And they drive around neighborhoods. They know where your car is. You ain't got to keep hiding the Jimmy. They coming. Don't give them a minute. As soon as they give them some leeway, they're going to come get them cars. So that industry gets plenty of money. Let me see in here. Not Elon, been the devil. Y'all mad about that Dogecoin. Y'all got to let that go. Big beard Brandon, what's up? Nah, it's Brandon's friend. Wrong one. Close enough. Yeah, I mean, again, if you go to most major cities right now, you're going to see a lot of ATM posts and the branch is closed. I'm telling y'all, it's not even funny. Well, congratulations. I mean, hey, listen, I like that. Let me read it to you. He said, I have 825 credit score. I plan to pay off my mortgage within 2 months and open a HELOC. What are my chances of getting this HELOC? The HELOC will be less than 2 times my income. Depends on the bank, man. I ain't even gonna lie to you.
You know what I would tell you about that? Access, baby. Access.
There you go.
Access to mentorship and apprenticeship, relationship. At the end of the day, even when they freeze these accounts and, venues, there's always someone that's actually still getting access to the capital and to the resources. You just got to know and be able to know who those people are. And one way to do it is to serve those people. If you don't have capital, have resources, then you should serve those folks. And that's one of what my mentors told me in the past. If you find yourself in a position where you're struggling financially, but you do have time, which is a commodity that people that have gotten older don't have a lot of, and you can run, odds and ends for them and earn your trust with them, and they can actually share with you some of the things that they've done because you helped them out. You'd be amazed how a little bit of help for somebody who has a lot goes a long way. And a matter of fact, PDB, Patrick Bet-David, he talks about when he went to this major multimillionaire's estate for a big party, and everybody was trying to get this guy everything. And Patrick went 180 and said, hey, what can I do for you? And the guy said, hey, you know what? It's funny you said that. I have a son that's in the penitentiary, and I can't get anybody to correspond with him, write or anything. So Patrick took it upon himself to go out his way, write this kid, get the security clearance, and actually go visit with this kid. And after a couple of years, this guy opened up his whole Rolodex and basically turned around. That one great move by PBD enabled him to generate almost $100 million in revenue. But you had to have wisdom to do that, and you had to have humility, and you actually had to have the tortoise versus the hare mentality and not the grasshopper. But again, some of y'all might not get this. Get that way at home, and when I shave this off, we come back and talk about it again. So
man, whatever. He ain't shaving that. He keeping that goatee. He keeping that goatee all weekend till he go to the beach. Everybody can't run a business, but anybody can own an asset. This is the game. This is what we want y'all to hear.
Mm-hmm. Everybody can be the best.
Welcome to Atlanta. Make sure you stop by the Battery, Atlanta, and Cobb County. That's far. Listen, we is it Uber? Can Uber take me there? Okay, I look forward to a peaceful coexistence between robots and humans, but mostly peaceful existence between all people in the world. Exciting times we live in. I will agree. This is a very exciting time. Hey, look like money comes. Y'all wildin'. Beautiful bit. It is very nice. DJ look real young. He just trying to. When he take that hat off, he be like, "Hey, what's up?"
See, yeah, I have all my hair.
He said, "That's a high value man right there." Thank you, Master IT. Master IT is a high value man. That's what I want to listen. He running a whole company over there. At some point, Master IT, you need to come on the channel. I know, it really is. It can be frustrating. Girl, D Brown, what you talking about, man? I don't even know where that is. Send it. Email our staff. If pizza on you, I might come. Now, how much for a robot? I don't know, but I'm gonna find out. Another Tila, listen.
Best in class.
Right.
This is so hard at this angle. It's not a regular desk.
We're going to be having some of that a little bit later today.
I appreciate all of y'all. Appreciate all of you. Yep, thank you. Like, I'm super excited. So this is technically our first, because California was a shutdown. But yeah, it won't be the last. We're going to be in DC next weekend, and then we're going to be in Houston, and we got to see if we can still do Florida, because y'all didn't put enough votes in whether it was going to be St. Pete or Fort Lauderdale. So y'all got to keep voting. What's my Cash App? Oh, it's on the screen. Oh, I guess my thing's on the screen. Oh, my bad. There you go. These are live shows. We live right now.
They want you to keep the goatee.
Oh, that was it.
He said substitution of what? Say it again.
Substitution of collateral. Substitution of collateral. You know, I won't give you all the details on it, but look it up. It's a powerful tool for hard assets. Substitution of collateral. And when it's difficult times to get conventional loans, if you have hard assets that have, 40, 50, 60% equity, you can do what's called a substitution of collateral loan. And again, I've been here 5 decades. I used to also be a minority partner in a mortgage banker company as well. And I actually did hard money loans for over 100 plus houses in Detroit and Chicago back in the early 2000s. So let me leave you with this, guys, and I'm going to go. So we're in the same video that we were in from 2002 to 2007. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, go back and look at what was going on in the economy from 2002 to 2007. Any idiot could throw something up on the wall and make money.
Mm-hmm.
Would y'all disagree or agree with me?
Yes.
So right now, guess what?
Mouth bridges is what I called my last video.
Exactly. So right now, when the central bank 2 years ago brought the interest rates down to basically de-inflation, below 2%, and then the retail banks took it, ran with it, and then they put that money back into the economy like 18 months later. And now, right now, you have super inflation starting to occur. So what's going to happen? Again, I point to those 2.2 million people whose homes are in forbearance because of the pandemic, that probably a third of them didn't need to do it. And right now, today, still 2.2 million people homes are in forbearance. But again, my grandfather always told me, the big print giveth, the little print taketh away. So nobody does anything for free. So those forbearances cost money to get out of. And you're also accruing interest in the process, which if you can afford the payment and you're trying to be lazy, you're going to get hit bigger. It's like the old Midas commercial say, hey, either pay me now or pay me later. And the video,
I'll trade you my future for a hamburger today.
Right.
Hamburger Wimpy. There it is.
There you go. So what I mean is that right now, 2002 to 2007, you're in that window from 2018 is going to be basically about 2023. And you're going to see amazing collapse, but you're going to see people like these two people here, they're going to grow their wealth because their assets by 5, 10x.
Listen, we waiting for him to get them football players on the supplement commercial, because you can actually get those. I'll talk to y'all about that tomorrow in the conference on Saturday.
Right.
Mackenzie asked what things to invest in. So Mackenzie, I see you missed some of the channel. Most of the banks that are closing are Chase, PNC. I don't have all the lists in front of me. I apologize. A lot of Wells Fargo, Bank of America.
U.S. Bank.
You're going to see U.S. Bank. You're going to see a lot more branches where they're just the ATM.
Yeah,
that's it. That's it. And what's happening is a lot of stuff. Like if you notice, they sent out a thing to us for business owners where you can take a picture. If you're a regular person, you can take a picture of your check and it's in the bank. Well, they sent us a thing where you just scan the check at your office. We don't even want you to come to the bank. Just scan the check. And I'm like, we don't even do check that much, but they sent us one for free. So they're transitioning people to almost do all the work yourself, send it in. Even the bank drop deposits so USAA doesn't really have business bank accounts, and they don't want you doing business at USAA, right? So soldiers have gotten in trouble for getting their accounts closed for that. But Navy Federal does have a business bank account side. And I've gone to 2 Navy Federals now, and they've taken out the drop box for nighttime. That is just for business owners. So you guys, there are certain banks who are kind of clustering around what they do. Even at Navy Federal, I know people love Navy Federal. You speak to a regional person. You do not. You may talk to the person at the front desk here, but the approval goes to a regional person. And this is why I've been so pushing on go to a local bank, go to a local resident. You can actually talk to a person. They can see your face, right? Because you might have had your Regis virtual mailbox and somebody goes, oh, that's a no, for something small that you could have explained, right? I'll just say, when I was moving from one office to another, we had the mail forwarded to my house, and somebody at the bank called and said, hey, we're just trying to make sure this office is still open. We're like, hey, we're moving to our second office, and da-da-da-da-da. And she's like, oh, good to know, because we would have closed the account. Because people do that all the time. They steal people's information. They transfer forward mail. So you guys got to be prepared that when I bring on certain people to the channel, that's why we're talking about it, right? And there's 400 people here, so make sure you guys hit the like button. But Mackenzie, the best thing I can tell people to invest in, honestly, one, I know it's not sound cliche, but yourself. Right? Because I get a lot of calls from people like, oh, I got this money, my grandma died or somebody died, and I want to do this. I need you first to be reading, investing in yourself, even in the comment section. People are like, oh, is trucking a good thing to get into? Is rental car industry, is Airbnb. You can't just hop from hot thing to hot thing. You have to really do, one, a self-assessment of what are you good at? What do you want to just be an employee? That's fine. Now that we know that, let's get the most money we can get out of that job, right? Let's get us a $100,000 a year job and take that money and segue where we want it to go. Because a lot of folks ask me, hey, what should we be investing in? That's the wrong question.
That's the wrong question. Phrase it. It's really the wrong question. Like, anytime someone says, I have $10,000, $20,000, what should I do with it? All you're asking is for someone to pretty much take that money from you.
That's it.
Like, you have to, again, invest in yourself, research what things that you actually like and want to make money in. Like, for example, Airbnb industry right now, right? I have a couple properties within the industry, and like, lucrative. You make a lot of money, but like the headache that comes with it, it just doesn't fit my temperament. So I decided that I'm not going to go that whole route where I'm going to get a fleet of, housing units or apartments or, townhouses or whatever the case is. I was just like, I'm going to just be very selective on the ones that I do versus, trying to grow this and scale this, because my temperament isn't made for that. And it makes good money,
but this is why we need employees. Right? And so we go, my time, I have a video, I had to hold it because it was me ranting. And I was like, I cut a lot of people's access to me. The other day somebody had kind of got smart, like, well, you're always saying you're busy. And I'm like, whoa. You have access to a woman who has like the fingertips of calling people who own millions of dollars. And you're getting smart with me. No, that's it. Thank you, have a good day. And like, literally, they can only talk to the VA. They can only talk to my mom. They can only talk to the other person. I don't have to give you access. And that's what people don't understand. But I will say, Isha, I see your comment in here. Thank you for the $7 on Cash App. So we're going to read yours. She said, thinking about putting 401k into an apartment, fourplex up north for rental income. Isha, there's a lot of questions we missing, like where it is, what it is, how much are you putting in there? What is it a landlord friendly state or a tenant friendly state, right? Just because I always use the example of Detroit, we've got one tenant in Detroit who's been there 21 months with no payment.
We have to talk about that.
You know what I mean? We have, right? We have, and every other tenant bent over backwards to try to do the right thing, but that's part of the culture of the city. And I'm gonna do another video about the culture. Like, they just found out $30 million was being bribed by the union workers, right? They're giving it to the rep boss to encourage you to vote a certain way. Is that vote for your best interest?
I would say, Isha, before you even ponder doing that, what emergency fund do you have? What other assets do you have that you're going to, take your 401k and actually probably been told, get a self-direct IRA and go, acquire this fourplex that, what's your experience? What's your skill sets? Before you just jump off and do something, again, like my business said, do the research, and again, don't try to get rich quick, because that's really what that sounds like, and don't take this the wrong way, but if you just got a 401k that you worked your butt off of, it has tax implications, no matter, even if you put in a self-directed IRA or not. Generally, you can only access 5 to 10% of it if you have administration fees to actually pull that money out legally without taxation. So do your research. And for me, a fourplex, if I have $40,000, $50,000, $100,000 in a 401k plan, a fourplex is not really going to be a good cash flow for me unless you get it for a steal. Think about that. And again, invest in yourself, invest in systems, get lined up with people, just like Erica said, that know that business and also understand what your rate of return is going to be over 1, 2, 3 years in your internal rate of return as well, because that's important at the end of the day.
And just to give y'all a heads up, like when I talk about investing in yourself, I'm going to conferences. I think maybe 6 more conferences and masterminds. I think I'm gonna spend a week in Cancun at a real estate mastermind with people who do this every single day, who know the steps, who know something I'm missing, who knows how to improve staff, right? Who knows how, hey, you need this kind of accountant, you need this type of person on board, you need this type of person for acquisitions, right? You don't just go, hey, I'm gonna go over here and do this one thing. You kind of want to research, not analysis paralysis, but enough that somebody tell you something, you go, that don't sound right. Something about that don't sound right. And your internal say, let you know. So even if you say now I'm gonna look at an apartment or fourplex, which is fourplex is fine. I would go look at 50 fourplexes before I make a decision on one, because you may see the first one and be like, this looks beautiful. That's
technically apartment would be 5-unit end up.
I know.
Right.
It's okay.
Because that's still a personal
Yeah.
residential.
So it's even the funding is different.
Yeah. So that's another thing that they need to know. And then the formula for that too is look at 100, put offers in on, find 10, put offers on 3, buy 1. So again, look at 100, find 10 that you like, put offers on 3, buy 1. And I'm always buying, at wholesale or below. And if you got cash, you got credit, they got to sell 1, you can buy anything you want. So you actually have the power and the leverage. So don't be in a rush to try to acquire something without taking that process of systems and actually surrounding yourself with the right people. And just like you just said, I just came from a top 1% conference in Vegas and got my top blown off, and like, wow, man, I'm going to the next level because I'm facilitating relationships at the end of the day. And sometimes, again, if you can do something for somebody that time-wise, they will bless you just to give you access to something you're not even qualified to be in because they like you.
And again, you guys, thank you guys for being here. There's over 430 people in here. There's over 700 people that have been in and out the chat. I've been watching. Hit the like button and also drop a comment for me. You can always support the channel. And again, one more time, shout out to our host right here, Tolero, okay? Listen, watch, somebody's gonna get the end of the video. What's the name of the liquor again? I already know how y'all are. That's why I've held it up that many times. Somebody's gonna say, what's the black home liquor? Okay, you all are a blessing, Eric. I can't say enough. DJ, you're already changing my life. Props to the brother sitting there. I know you must be on point. Yes, his name is Money Madu, Mr. Okay Madu. I said your name at that. Remember we were at that jazz club, and I said, "Oh, my friend's Nigerian," and I said, "Oh, okay." Oh, well, they said it was pushing like that's not that hard of a name, and I want to be like, "Girl, easy now. It's hard enough for me." Okay, that's why his name is Money Madu. I think I said Mandu or something when they were like. I think that's funny, yeah. When I'm gonna listen, I know I always want to apologize. Listen, Los Angeles, you are my #1 market. New York is my #2. Your states right now are not making it any easy for me to go there. We have over 2,000 students in New York and 3,000 from California. I respect y'all. I thank you for donating to the channel, working with the channel, and buying my courses and products. I just can't get there in a reasonable manner. Last time we went there, we went to Shaquille O'Neal's place. Shaq happened to be there with a board meeting of people, like 12 white dudes in Shaq, and we had 100 people show up, and me and Todd Milley couldn't even sit everybody or speak to everybody. So we want to be able to facilitate a good event that we can actually interact with you guys and do a good event. And so that way you're not sitting outside in 75-degree California weather outside waiting to get in somewhere. I know, it's so hot for them out there. It's like,
They might want to talk to their governor.
Yeah, let me call Meet Kevin. I need to call Meet Kevin. This is possible, yeah. Personal checking, I would say this: don't have a bunch of flags and don't have a bunch of returns. Because I've been noticing from that when people keep calling and they, oh, my car got this and that. Eric, I scanned a check the other day, approved in 24 hours. That's right.
Oh yeah, hey, if you are a T-Mobile cellular phone customer, they got hacked. So you should check into that. If anybody is a T-Mobile customer, I am myself. Check out if you have to. Free accounts if necessary. Again, got to stay on top of the information. And this just happened literally about 48 hours ago.
And that's millions of people.
Yep. And that's millions. And they're giving out some free service, just like, LifeLock or McAfee or something like that. But you should stay on top of everything that involves your world and your personal information. That's very important.
Should I tell Andre Hatcher to bring me some cookout? I know y'all told me to get the teeth of raw vegan, but I don't know. It looked good, but I don't know about looking good. Okay, I know I'm supposed to be doing veggie this weekend. Okay, Tia, thank you for the super chat for supporting the channel, or super chat. I'm underwriting forbearances and modifications right now. So many applications. And I believe you. I told you guys, like, the only people I know getting loans are people who are in real estate, buying cars, or construction. Right, real estate loans. That's it. Really great book, 48 Days to the Work You Love by Dan Miller. I'm in a booth trying to do a YouTube video. I can't because I'm watching a lot. Solid Self to Wealth. We saw you walk by. In the Florida red. I saw you. Solid Self to Wealth broke our ClickFunnels and somehow got a VIP ticket. So I'm like, salute to you. I like that. Come on through. Fed Act Now. I can't. I'm literally on their internet and I see somebody gave us $75. Good gracious. Hold on, I'm gonna get down to you.
Shout out. Pay the cost to be the boss.
Detroit, listen, I'm doing a whole video on Detroit Agent J Pool about like every single property we purchased, the documents were altered. And it was kind of like the title company was like, well, we didn't know them documents wasn't legit. Like, come on now. But it's a culture, not a. Thank you for also cash apping $5. Nevada. Oh, she said it's in Nevada, and she has $25,000 in her emergency account with hubby, but didn't want to touch it. So we might want to hold that, and we might want to see if we can get you like a call with DJ the Money Coach over here. Jim. Happy Friday to you, sister. Freedom Friday to you. Tolero to you.
Oh yeah.
Okay, wait. This angle is throwing me off, y'all. Like right hand, like want to do this.
Give her the discount code.
Oh, what is our discount code? Classy. Our discount code is classy.
Classy.
Tolero.com. When you go in there, you save 20%. Thank you, Jarvis. I didn't mean to skip over you. And again, if you're thinking about doing real estate, I'm going to say this website, Bigger Pockets. I think you should go on there. I think you should go in the forum. You should introduce yourself. Don't tell people you got a bunch of money. Just say that, hey, you're thinking about doing A, B, and C, and respond to a lot of the forums, and you'll get a lot more traction. Does Metro PCS, Metro by T-Mobile? I think so. Mm-hmm. Is this the same tenant I did a video on? It is the same tenant I did a video on. Yep, Hacks. Speaking Mississippi, what's in Mississippi? Now, listen, when I go to make events, I can ask my friends to come to Atlanta. I can ask my friends to come to St. Pete, Tampa. I'll put them on a boat. I can ask them to come to Washington, D.C. I can take them to the football game after the game. But Mississippi, I don't know how many speakers I can get for that.
Jackson State.
I'm going to Florida. I'm going to Florida for the FAMU versus Jackson State. And I'm going to go to Battle of the Bands.
Oh, yeah.
But I can't dance, so it don't matter. It's all good. So it's a good time to retire now? Nah, not necessarily retire. I think you just have to focus on where you want. All right, Mr. C. Simmons. Yes, they're cutting credit lines. Is also happening as businesses are going to hold the consumer debt. That's why I see payment plans. Yes, if you go on Amazon right now, it was something for like $100. They were like, you can make 4 payments of $25. I'm like, who is filling this credit card app out for that? But there's somebody. Listen, I long ago I tried to get on Roku, and it's a process. I salute Kev on stage because it's a process. But yeah, I think we hit most of y'all comments, but I'll probably do a part 2 on this video in the future. But I thank my host here, my co-host did a great. They helped me because I was hungry and I'm half forgetting what I want to say.
I apologize for crashing. I'm out.
You guys are awesome. Glad I got it. You got the tequila? Good. Get that tequila. It's good stuff. She's talking about apartments in Nevada. Ooh. Again, thank you, MJ, for the $75 super chat for the day. Good price for an apartment complex in Nevada, considering the average price in Southern California is $500,000 to $600,000. Right. Ooh, I paid off my home and want to purchase a new home and rent out my current home. Any advice? Money would do, that's all you.
Yeah, I mean, that's always a great thing to do. The only issue that you're gonna run into, I mean, obviously, well, I don't know where you're living at, but the deal is that, yeah, you can rent out your current house, but whatever you're gonna buy is gonna be a lot more expensive than maybe what you're expecting. But it all goes back into the numbers. You can still buy at market value and make a decent amount of money. Like one of my primary residents, I bought at market value, and over these past couple of years, it's just shot up like crazy. So it all kind of like depends on where the new house is going to be. But I always do recommend, like, if you do have a house and you paid it off, like rent it out. Like, that's pure cash flow.
Yeah, again, you really got to do a real assessment of like all your debt, all your liabilities, and just kind of like really look over it to make sure that you have enough wiggle room. Because if you guys saw, I did a calculator on here. I don't know if I still have that calculator. I do. It's just a regular property calculator, and I'm not even sharing my screen. My bad. Hold on, y'all. Hold on, y'all. This is on the fly, so we can wrap it up. So it's a simple calculator. Boom, just like that. You're gonna, if I get up to the top, you're literally gonna put your price in, your mortgage in, put your numbers in, what you can rent it out for, and it'll give you everything you need. It's gonna tell you your cap returns and your analyzed return, because if you have a mortgage still on it, and you can get these. I mean, he ain't paying me yet, but his name is Invest with Ace, and he gonna have to pay me for this public service announcement. But it's a really good calculator. You can find those online. Listen, Regions Bank is one of the ones that was on the list, closing some locations. They're going to do a combination. If you remember, anybody remembers 2008, and I know some of y'all are super young. I was super young. I was in college. But they were shutting our stuff down. They were like, oh, bloop, bloop. Even with this past year in December it was March. Like, they closed 2 of my credit cards. I was like, I just got these. So, yeah, they've been tripping. But
I've been good so far.
I was like, oh, excuse me. But anyway, you guys, that's what we had. I definitely will do another video on this that's more in depth. We did this one on the fly, but we're here, Classy Climb Tour. We're in Atlanta. Listen, if you have something delicious you want to bring me, I'm not going to fight you. Okay, just bring it and drop it off. But thank you for coming on tour.
Absolutely.
Listen.
Glad to be here. Network with people.
And what's the sky? What's the next deal for Phoenix? Where are we going? What are we doing? What's the number? What's the number? Put a number out there.
Oh.
Don't be afraid. Drop a number.
Yeah, I need to hit 1 million next year.
I think you can do it. Sure. Nick Bear and them hitting the mill. Okay. I'm like, you can do it.
I think once I get there, like, I'll be able to go really fast. So.
I love it. And some people tell me to go back and answer a question. I ain't seen it. Melissa Bell, they can call you and tell you they're not closing cars, but I promise you, they ain't gonna close that. CC Bell, again, I know they want me to answer your question. Again, consult your attorney, consult your accountant on that one. DJ the Money Coach, I would book a consult call with him. He already left the room. He left us. That would be who the best person to answer that question. Not even joking. For the aliens, y'all, wow. Stop it. Okay. All right, you guys. This is your girl, Erica, Classy Climb Blog. Check us out on tour. The discount code for 70% off is winter. You know it. We're going to beat that word into the ground. Winter. 70% off all courses. Well, not all of them, but most of them, and not the books. For 70% off. Catch it for the next 24 hours. I cut it back. Our VA should have it cut off back at Saturday at midnight. So, anyway, winter. Later, you guys.